Good evening, good evening, good evening. How you guys doing? My name is Nikhil, Dhawan.
And I'm Ayushi. Thank you so much for joining us for Showbiz India's 20th anniversary.
Yeah, 20th anniversary. Put your hands together. First of all, make some noise if you've been to a Showbiz India party before. So basically, I've emceed this show like 2 or 3 times, so I'm not even going to introduce myself. Ayushi, take over.
My name's Ayushi. I'm from South Africa. Nikhil is actually the reason why I'm a part of Showbiz. He and I actually met at the IFA red carpet in Tampa Bay about 5 years ago. Yeah, and Nikhil was actually hosting for Showbiz India at the time, and I was representing a South African news channel.
As you can tell from her accent, she's obviously not from here.
Anyway, so Nikhil used to mention his boss Reshma a lot on the red carpet, and I was wondering who that is. And the very next day, I was getting my makeup done at a salon, and Reshma was actually sitting right next to me. At the time, I didn't know her till he walked in and introduced us, and that's how I got my first job in the United States and a family for life.
Absolutely, absolutely. It's actually a true story. Every part of that was true. I walked in and I was like, oh, it's Reshma. Oh, it's Ayushi. Oh, I know both of you. They weren't even talking to each other. I was like, oh, why don't you guys meet? So
Yeah.
Here we are, 5 years later.
5 years later.
And she's a part of the family. So welcome to the family.
Thank you.
And we're here to celebrate 20 years. I remember when I interned at Showbiz India, I think it was like 12 years ago, I used to have to physically take a cassette tape, a videotape, and I would have to drive to the KSCI studios in Pasadena, I think it was, and drop off the tape so you guys could watch the show on Saturdays.
So crazy, because now you can send an entire show with just the press of a button. Right, and we're also living in a social media age right now, and we're actually so honored to be in the company of viral dance stars, Poonam and Priyanka.
We also have immensely talented actor Danny Pudi in the house from Community. So big shout out to Danny Pudi.
Speaking of talent, I don't think there's anyone who moves as beautifully and gracefully as Sharanya Mukhopadhyay Sekri. She's been doing Odyssey since the age of 5 and is one of the finest Odyssey dancers of her generation. So, let's hear it for
Sharanya, the queen of dancing.
में जगया ना मीदानम मेरे माहिया सनम जानम कि वे करे ना मीदानम शब गुजरी ते जग सोया नी में जगया ना मीदानम नी में कमली कमली नी में कमली कमली नी में कमली कमली मेरे यार दी नी में कमली कमली नी में कमली कमली नी में कमली कमली मेरे यार दी झील दिल को कर गया तू दरिया दरिया मेरे यारा अखियां ते मोहल्ले में हर शाम तेरा आलम शब गुजरी ते जग सोया नी में जगया ना मीदानम मेरे माहिया सनम जानम कि वे करे ना मीदानम शब गुजरी ते जग सोया नी में जगया ना मीदानम
You can see exactly why she won Miss Showbiz India. And that was 10 years ago. She still got it.
Yep, absolutely. I can barely walk in heels. Forget dancing like that.
I mean, if that's the case, then you're definitely going to be inspired by what we're about to happen. Because tonight's show is all about power women. So we're going to have a fashion show by Fashion by Rohini, of course. By the way, what I'm wearing, also by Fashion by Rohini.
And mine. Should I do your turn
Yeah,
too?
why not? I got tons of compliments on the way in. I wish I could take credit for it, but it's not mine. Our sponsor, Fashion by Rohini, her line celebrates women empowerment. And in the age of the Me Too movement, it is more and more important that we honor and acknowledge women who not only shine in their workplace, but also in their personal lives. Poonam and Priyanka.
These two girls are the synchronized dancing duo that set your screens on fire.
Sitara Atai.
A Hollywood actress with experience in films like Argo, True Blood, The X-Files, Jumanji, Christian Bale's Vice, and recently released President Edith.
Sammy Durrani.
Sammy has worked in film and TV in Hollywood, and she's also in the U.S. Army.
Dipti Gupta.
Dipti is an Audie Award-nominated actress and narrator.
Meenu Singh.
Meenu is an entrepreneur, philanthropist, community leader, and an award-winning artist.
Smita Vasant.
Everyone's favorite, a former Mrs. Asia USA herself, Smita is an entrepreneur working in the food business.
Rima Khan.
Rima Khan, a businesswoman who currently heads Shapes, a renowned brow bar with 500 plus employees in 75 locations across the U.S.
Tanya Rawal Jindia.
A professor at UC Riverside in the Department of Comparative Literature.
Alka Patel.
Current title holder as Mrs. India USA.
Sarwat Amin.
Sarvat is a fashion and runway model, philanthropist, and a business developer.
Kimi Verma.
Kimi Verma. has been a successful model, actress, beauty pageant winner, and a designer. She recently won the Mrs. India USA.
Hi, Hansra.
A successful entrepreneur and a proud mother of 2 daughters and an environmentalist, Sai supports different organizations globally to eliminate plastic footprint and helps fund education for needy children.
And that entire beautiful fashion show was put together by the power woman herself, Rohini Bedi.
Women are visionaries, dreamers, goal setters, and change makers. Their unstoppable determination is what makes them a force to reckon with. And we've both had the pleasure of working with a woman who reminds us of these qualities every day. Our own very power woman.
Absolutely, and all these power women in here have me sweating right now. I can't stop dancing, I can't stop sweating. So without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, our own power woman, the reason we're all here today, the vision behind Showbiz India, Reshma Dordi.
Thank you so much, Ayushi. Thank you, Nikhil. First of all, I'd like to thank each and every one of you here today from the bottom of my heart for making such a momentous occasion of my life and my career, and you're being a part of it, so thank you very much. Last night, I was reflecting on words should I describe my journey for the past 20 years, and I just couldn't think of just one word. A lot of words came to my mind. Exhilarating for sure, challenging at times, but I think the one word would describe it is fulfilling. Would I do it all over again? Yes, I would. I can't believe a young girl from small town Jaipur, India, who dreamt at the age of 14 of being in radio and TV, today is here celebrating 20 years or having her own TV show. I've had the pleasure and privilege of interviewing so many amazing people, exemplary in so many different fields, not just the entertainment industry, but CEOs of huge global organizations, some state leaders, and most recently, just a few weeks ago, it really was very heartening for me to interview a personal favorite of mine, Nobel Peace Prize winner Kailash Satyarthi. And what he has done is he has dedicated his life to eradicating child slavery and trafficking, a cause that I'm very deeply moved about. So this just can't get any better for me, you know? 20 years ago, we started like, maybe you guys don't even know, 3/4-inch tapes. Then came beta tapes. Then came, you know, SD cameras, HD cameras. Now everything's FTP. Similarly, Showbiz India has morphed and progressed. It started out as an entertainment TV show, but today I'm proud to say it's become the voice of the South Asian diaspora about many topics. Earlier this year, the Los Angeles Mental Health Department contacted Showbiz India to be a part of creating awareness for a very taboo subject like depression. Since this past year, every week, we've been having segments about creating awareness of depression. Just a couple weeks ago, we did a forum with the youth of the South Asian diaspora, and we talked about depression and suicide prevention. So now Showbiz India is tackling very deep subjects, along with hoping to bring a smile to your face as well. When I first started, everyone talked about bridging the gap. When will Bollywood come to Hollywood? Now I drive down, whether I'm in New York or LA, I see Priyanka Chopra's big billboards, and it fills me with great pride. When I hear the CEO of Google is of Indian descent, I'm so proud. Even though my political views may be different, but when the first woman becomes the governor of an American state, I'm very happy. And so there is no bridging gap anymore. We are here. We have arrived. We are part of mainstream USA. Last year, I was in a taxi cab. I was driving down. I was speaking to one of my staff members, and I was going to interview you. I said the word Danny Pudi. He wasn't Indian. And immediately he goes, Danny Pudi? You know Danny Pudi from Community? And I was like, yeah, I'm going to interview him. Well, he went on to tell me all about his character, all that he did, and he was so inspired. And Danny, I'm sorry I cheated. I didn't have to do research after that. I knew all about you. So for that reason, I'm so thrilled to having everyone become a part of mainstream America. You inspire people, and that is the reason today you get Showbiz India's honoree for the most inspirational South Asian actor. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for Danny Pudi.
Thank you, Reshma. Thank you, Showbiz India. Showbiz India has provided a voice for the South Asian community for over 20 years. So in 1998, we saw their first interview with Amitabh Bachchan, and today I get to stand here in front of all of you. So to my family in Andhra Pradesh and around the world, you can now tell everyone that Amitabh Bachchan and I were both interviewed by Showbiz India, and we are basically best friends. True, it's true. So a few years ago, I worked on a film called The Tiger Hunter. It was written and produced by two females of South Asian descent, Leena Khan and Megha Kadakia. We were lucky to film in Mumbai and Los Angeles, and the cast also featured many actors of South Asian descent. The story was about a young Indian man who journeyed to America to pursue his dreams. It was similar to my dad's story, the story of many Indian Americans. I was honored to share that story with my family and to work with so many people who had similar experiences to my own. Even though it was an indie film with a small budget, we were able to travel across the country and share the movie thanks to film festivals like IFLA and CAM, who were able to reach a wider audience. And that's where I met Reshma. Reshma and Showbiz India gave us a platform to talk about the film. They helped us with the marketing and promotion of our theatrical run. That mattered, and I am deeply grateful for that. Thank you. So, for a small film about the South Asian experience with a very small budget, we needed all of our friends in the community to help us share our story. And thank you all for that. I feel fortunate to do what I do today because 20 years ago, I don't know if I would have had these opportunities. I love to be able to tell stories. But back then, I didn't see many people like me on screen. So while my friends were pretending they were Ferris Bueller, I was wondering, who am I? Who can I pretend to be? I wanted to be an actor, always, but I didn't see how it would be possible for someone like me, a half Indian, half Polish kid from Chicago. I'm the one. And then I remember seeing Kal Penn in The Namesake, and then in Harold and Kumar. And for the first time I thought, wow, this is me. Here are my stories. There's a young Indian American who's allowed to wonder about the origin of his Indian name, but also sometimes just wants to go on a road trip to White Castle. That's the power of film and television. It helped me feel less alone and more understood. It gives us an example. It shows us what we can be and helps us understand where we are from. And it gives us something important to talk about, like what Priyanka Chopra is wearing at the wedding. The pictures are out. It all starts with representation, and it has gotten so much better over the years. Thanks to people like Kal Penn, Meera Nair, Nisha Ganatra, Mindy Kaling, so many others, we now have more of a voice, but there's more that we can do. I believe it's important to remember that the kind of representation matters as well. There's a recent study that actually talked about the lack of inclusion, and there has been some progress, but the USC's Annenberg Inclusion Initiative showed that in 2017, of the top 100 films, 37 of them had no Asian-speaking characters in Hollywood. So I think we can do better. Over the past few years, I've seen a burst of South Asian talent across many platforms, and I'm inspired by their incredible work. So whether it's seeing Nick Choksi or Angel Desai on a Broadway stage, or reading actor Sheetal Seth's children's book, Always Anjali, or laughing at insightful comedy from Hari Kondabolu or Aparna Nancherla, or working with my talented friends like Nisha Ganatra, Parvesh China, or Sonal Shah, the more diverse voices that we have, the more we can connect with our shared humanity. But we need more. We need more directors, more writers, more producers, more people in front of and behind the camera. My hope is that more young people from underrepresented groups who have a passion for the arts can now see more people like them in other areas of the industry, because sharing their stories matters. The South Asian experience is not just about Amitabh Bachchan or Priyanka Chopra. We are a diverse and complicated group like any other. Some of us are even Polish. So thank you, Showbiz India. Thank you to all the inspiring artists out there who are giving a voice to the underrepresented communities out there. Thank you to my best friend, Amitabh Bachchan. And thank you to my mom and my dad. And thanks to all of you for supporting Asian Americans in the arts. Without you, I'd have to find a real job. I appreciate it.
That was fantastic. So before I announce the next recipients, I just want to take a moment to thank our sponsors for making this happen. Sonia and Puneet from Spice Affair, thank you so much. Vinod Bhai from Bindi Jewelers, he knows diamonds is a girl's best friend. And my beautiful outfit by Fashion by Rohini. And guys, there's lots of dessert, please try it. It's by Saffron Spot. Smita Vasan, thank you so much. And Browse by Rima, our first-time sponsor. Thank you so much for being part of this evening. And last not least, my very favorite person whose birthday is today. Happy birthday, Dad. Mazda Travel. And now I'd like to present the next two awards. As you saw the beautiful young ladies strut across the runway, as we talked about again and again, 20 years ago, things were different. Cell phones were used for, guess what, actually making a phone call. But now, social media, everyone talks about it, and we are giving the Social Media Trailblazer Awards to Priyanka and Poonam. These beautiful young ladies set the internet on fire. They set the internet on fire, where Anurag Kashyap from Bollywood discovered them, and they did a special dance for Man Marziya. Ladies and gentlemen, help me welcome and give a big hand to Poonam and Priyanka.
Thank you so much, Reshma, first of all. And I thank you to Showbiz India, because I remember first of all, Danny, thank you so much for a beautiful speech. We're from Chicago too, as well. Oh, really? Yeah, we're from Chicago. But we're not half Polish. Oh, okay. Oh, Gujarati. Thank you so much to Reshma, because I also remember, when I was growing up, there were only a few career options that I had. You know, being brown and growing up, you were either a lawyer or a doctor. Yeah, or you felt pressure to be a certain way. And I think it's so important for people to realize, entertainers, Indian entertainers exist, and they're thriving, and it's awesome. And thank you so much to Showbiz India for bringing them together. We've always gotten so much love from the Indian community. I think that the community that Indian people have in general is very special. We really feel honored to be here tonight with Showbiz India and Reshma. Thank you.
I just want to take a minute to thank some people who have been an integral part of my life. I would like to say, first of all, thank God. Thank you. My heart is full of joy and gratitude, truly, to be here tonight. My favorite people, Mom, who's in India, and my daughter, Trishta, who can't be here. My late father, Dr. Ish Kumar Java. I'm really fortunate to have not one, not two, but three families. The Java family, where most of them are here, thank you for being here and always supporting me. The Solomon family, where also some of them are here. And last not least, the Dordi family, thank you so much. You're always here. All of them are here tonight, and I just make them sponsor whether they like it or not. I'd like to take a moment again to thank you all. My team, my family, they've been with me, some of them for a very long time. Atif, crossing 15 years, thank you. Tasneem at 11 years, thank you. There's Ayushi, who came on, as you guys saw earlier, Nikhil, Richa, Teho, who's always behind the camera, Edgar, and also my Reshma beauty team. And now this one, gets the award for putting up with me for the longest time. I've known her for a long time. She was my first assistant, became a lawyer, and now is the head of Reshma Beauty. Monica Singh, thank you. Lydia, my marketing manager, thank you. Kitty, Rashi, once again, thank you for the sponsors. And thank you for being here, but don't go away. The time is to party now.